Good evening, race fans. Welcome to tonight's main event, the Camping Universe Atlanta 200. We're going to be putting on 134 laps at the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. As always, on behalf of Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, I'm James Easton in the booth, bringing the action 1080p, 60 frames a second, as we get ready for round two of this Camping Universe Truck Series. Always a great time with these competitors. Last week at Daytona, we saw a spectacular race as a lot of bent cars left the racetrack, a lot of hurt feelings, and a whole lot of fun. Let's look at the point standing as it is. Kai Demarest is first in points, John Dart second, Nicholas Wing third, Dave Gage fourth, Jared Ziegler, he's in fifth. So a lot of talented guys still out there in the running trying to make something happen. As we get ready to go to our single car qualifying of the day, we're going to take a look at the number 42 machine, Kai Demarest. Last week's winner, let's see what he can do in qualifying out here today. Single truck qualifying, so everybody goes out all on their own. They get 2 laps to put down the fastest time possible. And let's see what Demarest can do in his number 42 Chevrolet. A whole lot of talented drivers out here today. Everybody willing to hang it out a little bit further. And the most important thing is this is round 2 of the season. So some of these drivers are getting more and more used to how everybody drives, how the season is going to go. And we're predicting they just get faster and faster as the series continues. So again, last week we were at Daytona for the Intimidator 225, where we saw 5 cautions for 15 laps, 14 different leaders during the event, and 25 lead changes. So if you haven't watched the tape delay broadcast on that one, go check it out. It's always hosted here at the Team Goon Squad YouTube channel, and you can see that it was one of the best finishes we've had the pleasure of calling in any race so far. Marshall Newton, Spencer Chisnall putting down some quick times. Jared Ziegler, the league admin, the number 8 machine, puts himself on top of provisional pole. Demarest, last week's winner, the number 42 machine, only able to put it down a 32.56 so far. But a whole lot of talented drivers out there today. Let's see what Demarest can do on his final lap here at Atlanta. See if he can best his 32.56. What does he do at the line? Moves himself up to 3rd place with a 32.02, so not bad at all. Clark Janekin going out there in the number 81 machine, seeing what he can do for his first time lap as Corey Melton moves to the top of provisional pole with almost identical times as Mark Morissette, both doing 31.79s out on the raceway. Janekin puts down a 31.94 his first time by. "27 drivers making it out here tonight, so quite the busy grid for all of these competitors. As man, I am excited. I hope you are as well, because if Daytona is any indicator of how the season is going to go, it is going to be nonstop excitement for the duration of the season. And just like that, number 81, Clark Janekin, moves to the top of provisional pole with a 31.72. Almost 7 tenths faster than everyone else, and 7 tenths faster than second place Corey Melton. Jesse Rathburn, the number 97, he's in his first lap trying to put something down. Now, Daytona last week, we had 26 drivers start, and not quite that many finished. It was about 13 drivers still in the lead lap by the time it was all said and done. A lot of, we don't say a lot of cautions, but a lot of big wrecks that really took out a large portion of the field. Jesse Rathman, the number 97 machine, having a little bit of a tough time holding on to it there. He may get 1 qualifying lap, and that might be it for the young driver. He does a 32.98, so still able to get on the board. Cody Schultz, the number 30, he's kind of late getting out there on the racetrack. It's only a 5-minute qualifying for these competitors. And then we go straight to the grid with about 45 seconds in qualifying left. Will Schultz and the number 30 Ford F-150 have enough time to put down 2 laps? Or is he just hoping for 1 timed lap here to get some points and get back out there? doing his best to avoid starting at the very, very back. And I don't believe Schultz is going to have another go at it. He does a 32.19 his first time by. Good enough for 13th in the qualifying session. And qualifying will come to an end here at Atlanta. And we're getting ready to send these competitors out on track for what's guaranteed to be a great show here tonight. And let's take it to tonight's grid. Up front, you got Clark Janekin starting on pole. Alexander Russell, he will be starting second tonight. Corey Melton on the third place spot on the grid. Mark Morissette in fourth. Jared Ziegler starting fifth. Marshall Newton sixth. Travis Butte starting 7th. Jeffrey Sykes 8th. Kai Demarest, last week's winner, starting 9th tonight. Norman King starting 10th. Daniel J. Jensen starting 11th. Ty Hood starting 12th. Cody Schultz starting 13th. Mark Proctor 14th. Spencer Chisnall will be starting 15th tonight. Brian Ziegler 16th. Craig Lowen starting 17th. Dave Gage 18th. John Dart will be starting 19th on the grid. Levi Opitz will be starting, look at that, 20th place. Jesse Rathman, he's starting 21st. Nicholas Wing, 22nd. Brian Robinson will be starting 23rd. Chris Morrill starting 24th. Then you've got Brighton Hutchins starting 25th. Kevin Nelson's 26th. And final, Donald Kendrick starting 27th tonight. Still waiting for some of our drivers to make their way onto the grid so we can get this show started. Still waiting on a couple more drivers to make their way onto pit lane. And then it will be 134 laps here in Atlanta, a track that's known for chewing up tires as well as some race machines. I believe what they're doing right now is actually a bit of a driver's meeting. So Jared Ziegler, their league admin, he started the number 8 Chevrolet in 5th place. He is waiting, I believe, giving a quick briefing. There's some new drivers coming out here tonight. And trying to answer any last-minute questions before they get the grid started and the show on the road. As always, thank you to everybody that tunes in every night, supporting your favorite drivers at your favorite league, and dare I say, your favorite broadcaster. We do our best to give everybody the TV time they well deserve. So they're going to be doing that driver's meeting, getting everything sorted up. So once you see Jared Ziegler on the number 8 machine make his way onto the grid in that 5th place spot, you will know that they're about to fire up those engines and get them out on track. But for now, we will wait patiently. In the words of Cake, they are reluctantly crouched at the starting line, and we are still waiting for Ziegler to make his way onto the grid to signify that they're starting their engines, getting ready to go out there. And again, always a pleasure seeing everybody tune in, supporting their guys. We've got folks from Australia representing tonight. Even the open wheel guys hopping into the broadcast, watching their favorite oval racers, trying to make something happen. And we appreciate all of you guys ever so greatly, and we could not do it without you. And it makes my job much, much easier when we know we've got great friends supporting everybody on and off the track for the Camping Universe Series. And man, that's a great wide-angle shot showing just how big this grid is. It looks like Ziegler has making his way to the grid. Bryton Hutchins will be the only DNS tonight. Hutchins told us in the holler before the race saying, you know what, I didn't actually plan on signing up for this race. We might have clicked the wrong button or two, but now we're here. So keep an eye on Janek and Russell. That's going to be your front row in the two Toyotas. Then it's going to be a whole lot of Chevrolets from Corey Melton in third place all the way back to Travis Butte in eighth place before you get to the first Ford in the field, Norman King, the number 28 machine in the Ford F-150. We're going to lead them around once behind the iRacing Ford Mustang before you see that Mustang dive into pit lane, and we're going to get the party started here at Atlanta for 134 laps. Who's going to be able to keep the tires underneath them, and who's going to cook them off just a little bit too early? Now, last week at that big super speedway, there was a lot of mix-up, a lot of fast cars involved in heavy incidents, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do for their first mile and a halfer here at this season. Will Kai Demarest be able to make it 2 in a row, or will be a new winner here for the Camping Universe Truck Series as the green flag waves in Atlanta, and here we go. Janek with a great start going into turn 1. He's chased by Corey Melton, Alexander Russell, Jared Ziegler, Mark Morissette, your top 5, as everyone willing to hang it out here on the line, pushing very, very hard. As it looks to me like the field's pretty quick to get single file here. I don't see a whole lot of passing going on at the front. Everybody's sticking in line. And we might just try and click off some laps, maybe get a fuel run underneath our belts here tonight. As Jared Ziegler very, very close to Alexander Russell's number 27 Toyota. And you can see those trucks wiggling down the straightaway as they put down as much power as they possibly can out of turns 2 and 4. But look at this. Here comes Marshall Newton, the number 76 machine, trying to get that high line working early on. He's gotten around Travis Butte. Now he's going to try and work on Mark Morissette. Morissette in the green and black 96 machine. Newton in the yellow and almost fluorescent orange number 76 machine. Butte put down the fastest lap of the race so far, a 32.32. And you might see these guys starting to push a little bit hard a little bit earlier. Justin Maters here supporting his favorite driver, Mark Proctor. Proctor currently running 12th place in his number 36 Chevy. Not a whole lot has shaken up so far here tonight. Everybody seems to be playing very, very calm, very smooth. Not wanting to make any big moves early on. And you've got two several packs here. You've got 1st through 7th all on a pretty good single file line. You have to cycle it back to Jeffrey Sykes in the 04 machine. He's going side by side with last week's winner, Kai Demarest. And that is the battle for 7th on your screen right now. As behind Demarest and Sykes, you've also got Norman King, the number 28 Ford F-150. We may have a caution coming out. We're showing Nicholas Wing with a crash, but no caution yet. It looks like Wing took a quick exit to pit road. Let's see if we can get a quick replay for you. Wing having some sort of mechanical in the number 99. That looks like a Telltale hardware problem, if you ask me, from my experience. Looking like maybe he had something going on. Maybe with his actual sim hardware, and then had to bring it into pit lane. We've got the Aussies. They're cheering for Craig Lowen here tonight. Craig currently 15th on track. He's up 2 positions from where he originally started. He's just on straight to that I Am Driven Team Goon Squad back number 12 Ford. And he is battling with his teammate Mark Proctor, number 36 machine. This is your battle for 14th on screen right now. Craig Lowen get a little bit of a push from Cody Schultz and the number 30. As Craig's going to try and get around his teammate Mark Proctor and see if he can get the outside line. Proctor gets a little bit loose there, drops down the apron. No harm, no foul. Able to collect himself before crossing the start-finish line, but Proctor is going to get swallowed up by traffic as Craig is now 3 spots up. Just in front of Craig Lowen, you've got Brian Ziegler, the number 7, and Spencer Chisnall. They're running 12th and 13th right now. Craig finds himself at about a 0.7 second disadvantage to the 13th and 12th place drivers. Field starting to get a little bit more stretched out here. As Ziegler trying to make some moves here. He's around Spencer Chisnall, number 24 machine, and now trying to work on Norman King's number 28. Not sure who that was in the very back that we saw slide to the inside apron. I believe that was Mark Proctor once again having a tough time holding on to that race machine. This track is so tough on tires. You'll see some competitors pushing a little bit hard early on, and then some guys not able to hold on to that tire management that they really want to. So on screen right now, this is your battle for 10th place as Brian Ziegler is trying to get around Norman King's 28. You've also got Ty Hood, number 26 machine. He's in the mix here as they're going to go 2 rows wide, 2 rows deep, and you got the matching Team Goon Squad drivers, Craig Lowen, Spencer Chisnall. They're going side by side. Chisnall is in the number 24, Lowen the number 12 there. Back up front, we've got a battle on our hands here tonight. Corey Melton, Alexander Russell, Clark Shaneckin, all battling 3 ways, trying to get that lead sorted out. You got the number 27, Alex Russell. He's on the inside line. Corey Melton, number 48, is on the high line. Melton's getting a little bit of a push from Clark Shaneckin's number 81 machine. But man, this is a mix of the top 5 drivers right now, top 6 drivers. As Corey Melton is holding on to the outside line, but less than 7/10 of a second to separate 1st through 6th right now. Everybody trying to find a lane and a dance partner to make something happen. And this is only lap 12 of 134. All these guys showcasing their talents and abilities. Man, if this is only on lap 13 now, what are we going to see as the runs start to wind down? As they're going to once again go 2 wide, 2 rows deep. Everybody trying to find who they're going to link up with. You've got Clark Shaneckin. He's going to tuck in behind Alexander Russell. Melton still trying to make that high line to work. That may be a tire-saving strategy you see as the night progresses. But Melton is going to be down 1 spot from where he originally started, and he's got to keep in mind out because he's got a bunch of fast guys around him. Marshall Newton, Mark Morissette, Travis Butte starting to get in the mix here as we have a little bit of race stripes getting put down on the outside wall. And something you can notice with these guys, if you're not a big oval racing, we know we have guys from across the world and ladies, pardon me, tune in, supporting their favorite drivers, even if they have no idea what's going on in the sim racing platform. So first of all, major tip of the hat to all those fans at home that want to get out here and watch their favorite guys go round and round and around in speeds of excess of 180 miles an hour. But what you're going to see from these trucks is as they come out of the corners, you may see a little bit of shimmy, a little bit of a wiggle, or whatever the local word for it is in your dialect. That is the cars actually losing traction for milliseconds at a time, and your favorite driver out there trying to keep as much traction down without spinning those tires, without lighting them up and losing ground. So it is a very fine balancing act from all these competitors driving around on that razor's edge, trying to be as fast as they can before the tires start to lose too much rubber, get too hot, and then you'll start seeing them fall off the pace. Already these drivers are about 1 second off their best laps of the session. Jared Ziegler, the number 8 machine, his fastest lap so far, a 32.08. His last time by, a 33.14. So tire wear already becoming a factor this early on in the run, as Alexander Russell is going to lead him by at the start-finish line. Clark Schneck in second, Jared Ziegler third, Corey Melton fourth, Marshall Newton fifth. As these guys have been putting on some very good, clean racing so far here tonight. We're going to cycle a little bit further back in the field. You're watching Ty Hood, number 26 machine. He's doing his best to fend off Kai Demarest, number 42, Norman King, Spencer Chisnall. A lot of fast guys getting up there. It's the battle for ninth on screen, as Demarest had a big run, and then a few guys got just a little bit squirrely back there. Norman King, he's going to go side by side with Kai Demarest. Demarest has his teammate Spencer Chisnall in tow. Chisnall is in the seafoam green number 24 Goon Squad machine, while Demarest is in the bright pink. Chisnall, this is his first race with the season, a very talented oval racer. Found out there was a great truck series for him to run on Tuesday nights. He's surrounded by friends on and off the track and said, you know what, let's give it a shot here. As Chisnall, number 24, is up 4 spots so far tonight, and we will have our first caution in Atlanta. It's going to be Mark Proctor involved. We'll grab the replay and see what happened to the driver in the number 36 machine. So Proctor's on the high line now in that very shiny number 36 Chevrolet. It looks like he gets loose and then comes down a line. Grabs a quick toe. And that will bring out the first caution of the night. So this guy is going to be Jeffrey Sykes, Norman King, 1 and 2, who have opted not to pit. A large majority of the field has come in for tires. And that will be our first caution of the night. We're going to get ready to re-rack them here at Atlanta and send them back out. As always, I'd like to thank the guys over at Camping Universe for putting this show on. Always a great time with all of these guys on and off the track. A very active Discord, so they're building not just a race league, but a community. Check them out at the Camping Universe Discord and website. You can get on the action every Tuesday night. It's going to be a long and fun season for all these competitors. As right now, we are on round 2 out of 16. So tonight we're in Atlanta. Next week we're at Nashville Fairgrounds for the Music City 175. A very diverse and very unique series schedule. We're running at El Dorado some this year. They'll be racing Indianapolis, Bristol, Talladega, iRacing Super Speedway, which will be very exciting. And we're getting ready to re-rack them double file. Now, we say it every week, cautions breed cautions, so what are we going to see later on as more people starting to get involved in this? And right now, again, you've got Jeffrey Sykes, Norman King that have not come in for fuel. About half the field came in for 4 fresh Goodyears and a tank of gas. Some guys with very, very quick pit stops. Not sure if they were taking 2 tires or what the strategy might be here. But how long can Norman King and Jeffrey Sykes stay out front on that older set of tires? Or are we going to see them get swallowed up from guys such as Clark Janek and Corey Melton, Travis Butte, Mark Morissette? A lot of drivers that have been in the top 5 so far here tonight. Pace car is in, green flag is out. Jeffrey Sykes, Norman King, your front row. Get a pretty solid launch, but here comes the number 81, Clark Janek, and he's going to try and get that inside line working as quick as he possibly can. And what a great shot as all of our competitors are going 2, 3, 4 wide down the back stretch. It is way too early for this as we've got cars in the wall. That outside line is going to come to a little bit of a halt there as they lose a whole lot of momentum. The inside line led by, it's going to be Corey Melton making his truck about 3 cars wide. But man, oh man, look at this battle for second on your screen right now. Jeffrey Sykes, Travis Butte, Clark Janek all in the mix, as well as Jared Ziegler. So much talent, and they're going spinning behind them. Looks like the field able to collect themselves here. No caution will fly for the second time in Atlanta, but man, that has really stacked the field. We know Ty Hood, number 26, involved in that one. Finds himself shuffling way, way back. Up front, still a whole lot of action. Jared Ziegler, he's going to be working on Alexander Russell, currently in second place. Behind Ziegler, you've got Butte, Janekin, Sykes, Morissette, all up here willing to hang it out. I've got to say, these guys are putting on a spectacular show for their first time in the second race of the Truck Series. The open around Daytona was a whole lot of fun, but these guys have been side by side all the way around. Now let's talk about hard chargers so far tonight. You've got John Dart in the number 66. He's up 9 spots. You've got Chris Morrill, the number 5 machine. He's up 14 spots. So all these guys making pretty successful moves throughout the night. And everyone still going side by side, not seeing a whole lot of single file action here tonight. Everybody's still pushing hard. You got a good mix of guys on 4 fresh tires as opposed to some guys who only took 2. And you've got 2 drivers out on track. Norman King, Jeffrey Sykes, they did not come in that last time by on their original sets of tires. They're going to be banging for another caution to fly. Jeffrey Sykes trying to catch Clark Janekin. Janekin's down 4 spots from where he started, currently running in 5th in his number 81 Toyota. Jeffrey Sykes in the Chevrolet, the 04 machine. He's up 2 spots so far here tonight. As still side-by-side action, Jeffrey Sykes is getting a whole lot of pressure from Chris Moore on the number 5 machine, as they are 2 rows wide and trying to make it 3 rows deep. Great action all across the raceway here tonight. Current race leader Alexander Russell getting a little bit of a breakaway from 2nd place Jared Ziegler. Corey Melton in tow as well in 3rd place. But here's where all the action is 4th through, about 4th through the 8th, honestly. They're still pushing hard out there. Chris Moore running the high line, the number 5, trying to make his way up through the field, but they are scattering all over the place. Clark Janekin, he's still 4th on track. He's leading this little pack of drivers. He's trying to chase down Corey Melton. You see him on the left side of your screen, the number 48 machine. But Janekin has a whole lot of momentum behind him as he's got about 4 cars in that line as they get ready to cross the tri-oval. But look at that, Chris Morrow really getting that outside line working there. Able to get right to the back of Corey Melton's number 48 machine. We've only had 1 caution so far tonight. We got dangerously close on that restart as we saw the field all over the place, going 3-4 wide. Up front, you've got Alexander Russell. He's got about a 2-second gap over 2nd place Jared Ziegler. And Smorrell gains another spot there, getting around Corey Melton's number 48 machine. Smorrell, he is up 20 spots so far tonight. John Dart in 3rd place is up 16 spots. So some of these guys making big moves early on. As right now, Chris Smorrell is going to try and stay glued to the back of the number 66 machine to see if he can take away that 3rd place spot. Still a whole lot of action for the battle for 6th. Clark Janekin, he's got Jeffrey Sykes, Travis Butte, Marshall Newton, Brian Ziegler, Kevin Nelson, Spencer Chisnall, Craig Lowen, all in this pack of drivers. This is one of those very dangerous games that everybody's playing. How far and how much should we push it early on in a fuel run, especially if they're betting we're going to go green very long. If you don't run quite as fast early on the run, you should, in theory, be able to have a faster average lap time towards the end of the run. But all these guys have been battling so hard tonight, you've got to wonder to yourself how much tire saving is really happening out there. Or is everyone just driving as hard as they can and hoping their competitors cook off tires as much as they do? You'll hear tonight that we'll start hearing refers to us as the drivers as getting tight. What that means is that front right tire will start to burn up. It'll use up all of its rubber and basically allocated traction in the run. And these drivers will find themselves drifting to the outside wall coming into a corner as the tires get worn out on these race machines. We saw in the first run tonight, about after lap 16, drivers were about 1 second off their best lap time. And we are there once more, 16 laps since most of these competitors came in for fuel and tires. So you can expect to see the lap time start to slowly drop off. They'll plateau for a little bit. And then once the tires are fully worn, you will see those lap times drop straight off of a cliff. But it looks like our top 10 drivers able to behave here. Everybody keeping it single file and a little bit of a Congo line. Jeffrey Sykes leading the two teammates, Spencer Chisnall, Craig Lowen. Sykes is down 2 spots from where he started tonight, currently in 10th place in his number 2 machine. And as a reminder, Sykes is not pitted yet. So all of his competitors around him at the minimum are on lap 16, 18 lap old tires. Sykes has 38 laps on that set. And he is still trying to get his way up the field. In front of him, Corey Melton, Clark Janekin. As it looks like Sykes able to make it stick there. Number 24, Spencer Chisnall, currently in 11th place. He's looking to Sykes saying, hey, I want that top 10 spot. How am I going to make it happen? We're going to cycle back to 3rd place just for a moment. You've still got John Dart, Chris Smorrell. They're running 3rd and 4th on track. They've got quite a bit of room to breathe front and back. They find themselves about 2.3 seconds back from 2nd place, Jared Ziegler, and about 3 seconds ahead of 5th place, Marshall Newton. As the two friends go side by side here at Atlanta. That's John Dart, Chris Smorrell. Smorrell trying to make the inside line, make that outside line just a little bit faster than John Dart in the number 66 machine. Smorrell doing a great job. He is up 21 spots. He's made his way around John Dart, who is definitely doing a fantastic job as well. Dart is up 15 spots. So these guys having a little bit of success early on, getting out front, able to cycle off some laps. But are we going to see them catch Jared Ziegler in the number 8 machine? Ziegler is last time by a 33.48. Smorrell's last time by a 33.23. So I believe Smorrell and Dart working together are going to allow them to catch up to the number 8 machine. But just like that, things get shaken up again as the yellow flag will once again come out. And who is it going to be having the bad night? We believe that may have been Ty Hood having a problem. Now, we did not see any crashes reported on live time and scoring, but we did see Hood trigger that pit lane sensor. So let's see what happens here to number 26, and he does. He's going to flat track it in style, letting it all hang out. So well done, the admins calling it before an incident happened. We've got Travis Dart cheering on John Dart tonight, as well as Larry Fulcher cheering on his favorite drivers. Now we see smoke further up the racetrack, so I don't believe that was going to be... Dart was able to, or excuse me, not Dart. Started talking about Dart there, but not quite sure who that one might have been. A large portion of the field coming in for fuel and tires. I believe the lone card not coming in, Kevin Nelson in the 09 machine. He's staying out. Possibly Donald Kendrick as well in the 127. Kendrick had a great showing at Daytona last week, but unfortunately he went on one of the wildest rides we've ever seen. Flipping that car, I believe it was a perfect 10 is what Kendrick got last week. 10 entire flips in that 127 truck. So it's going to be Kevin Nelson staying out. You've got Mark Proctor there, who's showing as a lap down. Not sure if Proctor had some damage early on tonight, or what that may have been. So I'm not sure if we're going to see Proctor number 36 get a wave around here. Mark Proctor's going to come into pit lane. He's not going to get the lucky dog, so he's going to go ahead and get some repairs done on that number 36 machine. So it'll be Kevin Nelson, John Dart, Chris Smorrell, Jared Ziegler, Alexander Russell, your top 5 for the restart. And we're going to get ready to re-rack them, send them out once more, because Atlanta's been nothing short of exciting. Our second caution of the night, coming out on lap 42. I got to give John Dart credit here. The number 66 machine has full send on the back of his bumper. So he's going to be chasing the Bud Light machine of Kevin Nelson in the 09 Chevrolet. But Dart is going to have the advantage of a little bit fresher tires than Kevin Nelson, who has not come in since lap 22. This is, again, it's going to be a game of tire savings here tonight. No one wanting to use too much tire too early on, because the worst thing that can happen here is you find yourself maybe the final stand of the race while your competitors were able to keep one set of tire in reserve while you went through them all early on. There's going to be one more lap of caution here at Atlanta. And we're going to send that iRacing Ford Mustang down into pit lane and get the party started. We've got about 90 laps left to go here for tonight's feature event. Kevin Nelson, John Dart, your front row. Nelson is up 25 spots after not pitting during this cycle. Dart is up 17 spots. Pace car is in, and away they go, waiting for that green flag to drop. It is on the race leader, and there we go. Green flag is going to wave. We're going to put our flagman Barney into overtime, and he's going to get this party started. Look at that. Get a little bit of a shuffle from, I believe that was number 5, Chris Smorrell. Smorrell getting a good hard bump. As here comes Alexander Russell. Oh no, Smorrell gets all sorts of loose. Oh, hold on to it, guys. Ty Hood gets loose. Spectacular saves from all of our competitors. That was some extremely impressive driving. So that was Chris Smorrell having a little bit of bad luck. Kevin Nelson, the 09 machine, has a bit of a breakaway as Clark Janekin trying to chase back up to him, but he's going side by side with Alexander Russell. Behind him in 4th place, Jared Ziegler. Spencer Chisnall in 5th has up 10 spots so far tonight. But man, look at these guys going side by side here at Atlanta. Everybody putting on a great show coming out of turn 4. Now, Russell and Janekin have to be careful here. Every time they go side by side, that allows the guys behind them to rapidly catch up. So I think we can expect to see here is maybe a little bit of communication among drivers saying, hey, let's get back single file. Let's catch up to Kevin Nelson, kind of whittle away at that 0.4 second gap, and then see if we can get around him quickly. Then we'll start battling hard for the lead. And most importantly, let's put some distance between Clark Janekin and Jared Ziegler, the number 8 machine. Ziegler's about 0.9 seconds back, and he's got a whole lot of company as well. As all across the raceway is some great racing. You've got Jared Ziegler, Jeffrey Sykes are going to go side by side. Spencer Chisnall in the number 24 machine, he's chasing Jared Ziegler using the draft off that number 8, but here comes the number 7 of Brian Ziegler. So you've got teammates and brothers all in the mix. As Chisnall will get shuffled back to 8th place on that one, playing a little bit safe, but now here's Jared and Corey Melton going side by side. Melton has the drive off the inside line. Ziegler will move back 1 spot to 7th. And man, nothing but excitement all over the racetrack. As you've got battles for 12th, 13th, and 14th. Here's Jesse Rathburn, Craig Lowe, and they're going side by side. Behind him, you've got Travis Butte as well, number 15. It doesn't matter if you're in first place or way down the pack. There's always some good racing going on here at the Camping Universe Truck Series. Just as we say that, you've got a battle for the lead. They're going side by side. Alexander Russell, Clark Janekin. Looked like Janekin was going to have it at the line just by a little bit, number 81. Both of those drivers able to get single file earlier on, get around Kevin Nelson's 09 machine. Now, got to give Nelson credit where credit is due. He's still up 23 spots after not pitting that last cycle. Kevin Nelson, Jeffrey Sykes are going to go side by side as well. It's the battle for third. It looks like Sykes has a little bit of a run down the inside lane. Can he make it stick coming out of the corners? Man, these guys are letting it all hang out. That was Corey Melton, the number 48, getting around Kevin Nelson in the 09. Nelson losing a little bit more time than the rest of the drivers on those older set of tires. He's been out there for about 30 laps on the same set. Up front, Clark Janekin has a little bit of room to breathe. He's about 0.75 seconds over second place, Alexander Russell. We're going to cycle it back to the battle for 10th place. John Dart, number 66. He's leading Chris Morrill, Jesse Rathbun. You've got lap traffic there as well. That's Kai Demrest, the number 42 machine. Ooh, that almost got exciting. So out of the 26 drivers that started, 25 still on track, 20 still on the, 19 still on the lead lap. Now look at this, Jeffrey Sykes starting to make a little bit of a gain here on Alexander Russell, whittling down that gap to less than 0.4 of a second. Sykes' last time by a 32.33, only 0.03 of a second off of his best lap time, a 32.3 flat. So Sykes came in on that lap 42 pit stop. We're under the impression he took 4 fresh Goodyears and that tank of gas. Now we're down to 16 drivers on the lead lap. 26 drivers still remain on track, so everybody out there trying to manage some points. Right now, Clark Janekin, number 81 Toyota, doing a fantastic job. He's extended that lead almost to 1 second above Alexander Russell in second place. And Russell, he's got the company of Jeff Sykes as well. That's your battle for second on screen. Alexander Russell, Jeffrey Sykes, both clicking off great laps. Expecting them to see single file action for just a while here. Maybe try and catch up to Clark, who is pushing air all by his lonesome. But right now, Jeffrey Sykes, third place in the 04 machine, is about 1 second back from your race leader, as he gets a massive run over Alexander Russell, and they're going to go side by side into turn 1. Man, that is trusting your competitors right there, my friends. Be able to go side by side as they get around. I believe that's Mark Proctor, number 36 machine, going a lap down. Right now, your running order: Janekin out front, Russell second, Sykes third, Melton fourth, Ziegler fifth. And now we've got some action as Jeffrey Sykes able to get around to Alexander Russell after going too wide the entire length of this Atlanta Motor Speedway. Going to be very interesting to see how Atlanta races in the future with that massive repave and restructure that is going on here tonight. Not sure if we're going to see as much hardwicking as we've seen in the past. What I mean by that is, in real life, that bottom line has been the most dominant, with drivers almost putting their left side wheels on that paint line, that inside white line, staying glued to the track surface. So it'll be interesting to see how it drives in the future. The word on the street is that it should be very similar to Charlotte. Same width and degree banking. Alexander Russell looks like he's really fallen off the pace here. He does a 34.6 his last time by. And who is that all up in the wall? I believe that was Mark Proctor. Not quite sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he tagged the wall all by himself, or maybe he got spooked by Alexander Russell, who may have been coming up the racetrack. It's a hard one to tell. Melton running in fourth place on track number 48. Machine out there charging hard. This is definitely one of those endurance races. You don't want to get out there and maybe spend too much traction early on in a race and kind of kill those tires. Melton not having the luck that he wanted at Daytona. He started 15th. He was able to gain a few positions and move up to 12th place by the end of the race. But hoping to best his previous race results here for the Camping Universe Series, as he's currently in fourth place and looking very, very clean. Still a whole lot of good racing. That's Chris Smorrell. He's going side by side, in front of Chris. You've got Jesse Rathburn and Brian Ziegler out there letting it all hang loose. Rathburn's going to find himself trying to get around lap traffic here. He's in the number 97 machine you see out there, in the beautiful red, white, and blue painted Toyota. And man, just good racing all across the racetrack. You've got Cody Schultz, Donald Kendrick battling it out. As number 42, Kai Demarest, goes for quite a slide. Not sure if he's able to hold on to it. He was the number 42, so well done. A spectacular save, and man, tonight's been a whole lot of saves across the board. We're going to get some great drone shots here at Atlanta. All these guys doing a fantastic job. Clark Jenkins still working on lap traffic. That is the 99 Nicholas Wing. He's able to get around. Wing had some big hard hits early on tonight. Able to get that car back out there, try and salvage some points. Because it is a long season for all these drivers. So even if you have a couple bad nights early on, it is a game of consistency. Consistency wins championships. So you can see a lot of dedicated drivers, even on their bad nights, back out there charging hard. Because the chase does not start until round 12. October 12th, we take the top 12 drivers to start the chase here, where we'll be at the Food City 175 Bristol Motor Speedway. As we are just over the halfway mark tonight, and we might start seeing some good green flag runs. We've had about 26 laps since our last caution. And it looks like the field kind of broken down single file. Clarkson, he has a 1.6 second lead over second place Jeffrey Sykes. And Sykes, he has a 4.5 second lead over Corey Melton and Alexander Russell, who are going side by side, battling for third place. You've got Corey Melton on the inside. Oh, that's bad timing. There goes Alexander Russell, number 27, with a big hit, locks it up. Hold on to it. Caution will come out. Caution should come out. No, Alexander Russell grabs a quick return to the pit lane, and the caution will not fly. We got a report from the pit lane wall. Mark Proctor, the number 36 driver, we saw him have a single car incident, got on the outside wall. He told us, hey, I kind of checked to see if I had tires selected, and I drove straight into the wall. So that's the report from Mark Proctor's crew chief. Hate to see it for the driver number 36 machine, as Proctor just not having the night he wanted, and he will, I believe, be out for the race. Jeffrey Sykes in the 04, he's trying to get around lap traffic. That's Kai Demarest in the number 42. Demarest will yield the position to second place runner Jeffrey Sykes. Then you've got to go a whole 5 seconds back to third place Corey Melton, who's going to be doing his best to use lap traffic, try and pick up that draft every chance he can get. But man, this late in the run, all these drivers have really got to be feeling that tire wear, as the pace has really fallen off for some of these guys. A large portion of the field doing low 34-second lap times compared to the very quick 32s we saw earlier on tonight. Corey Melton smartly getting around lap traffic. That's the number 31 machine of Levi Opitz. Opitz currently running 21st on track, as Craig Lowe on the number 12 machine running 16th. He comes in for a green flag stop here at Atlanta. You got two brothers in tow. That's Brian Ziegler. He's leading his brother, Jared Ziegler. So you got the number 7 of Brian, the number 8 of Jared. They're running 8th and 9th on track right now, and they're also accompanied by the number 5 machine, Chris Morrill. But man, how cool is that? You get together with family on a Tuesday night, run some sims with your friend, but man, oh man, Brian Ziegler has all sorts of damage to that Chevrolet, as that thing looks battle worn. We'll call it patina, is what we're going to call that here tonight. Now Jared Ziegler, number 8 machine, he's going to get chased by the number 5, Chris Smorrell. It's Chevy versus Ford down the backstretch of Atlanta. Are we going to see Smorrell with a big run here, or is he going to play it safe and try and whittle away at the fuel and maybe make Jared push more than he wants to and possibly burn up some tires? Crash. Levi Opitz had a moment. We'll grab you a super quick replay of that one. The caution did not come out. Opitz gets in the outside wall, gets a little bit of help, and he goes sliding around. You can't call that a takeout move. It just bad luck after Opitz got into the outside wall, and another driver was unable to avoid him and send him spinning around. No caution for Levi Opitz. Opitz currently in 20th place. He's about 2 laps down, I believe. Now Smorrell, he was once again looking at the inside line of Jared Ziegler and unable to make it happen. It's the battle for 8th on screen right now. Ty Hood, the number 26 machine, he's trying to fend off Mark Morissette's number 96. Hood, he is 16th place right now. He's down 4 spots from where he started. But he's still got a lot of great racing left as well. As the number 96, Mark Morissette, is down 13 spots. Morissette not having the night he wanted, but still early on tonight. They're past the halfway mark, but we've got at least one more fuel stop to go as Kevin Nelson, he brings it on the pit lane. Craig Lowe, number 12, he's coming back on track after a very long pit stop, or still in his pit stop. He's been in his stall for 3 minutes so far. Maybe trying to get some repairs done on that race machine. We got reports as well from Norman King, one of the fan favorites out there, that he is parked for the night. Norman was running the number 28 Ford F-150, sustaining too much damage early on tonight. So hate to see that from Norman. Always a pleasure to talk to him and off the track. Again, we have so much fun here with the Camping Universe guys. Before the broadcast, after the broadcast, we're in the hauler talking to all our racers, getting a little bit of feedback and intel from the guys. They tell us, hey, here's what we think is going to happen. Here's who's feeling fast. So hate to see that for Norman having an early night as well. A lot of good drivers is not having a great night here at Atlanta. We start off with 26 drivers. And we are down to 10, still on the lead lap. 53 laps remaining in tonight's race. As Clark Janek, number 81 machine, has a 1 second gap over Jeffrey Sykes and the number 04. Both of these guys appear to have taken tires their last pit stop in their box for 14 to 16 seconds each. Sykes, his last time by, he's in second place, a 33.62. Janekin with a 33.65. So your top two drivers running almost identical times, and neither driver has a whole lot of draft help. That's going to keep that 1 second distance between them just tantalizingly out of reach for Jeffrey Sykes. And if he is going to try and catch up to race leader Clark Janekin, it's going to have to be on his own merit. As that last time by, he's about a 1/10 of a second faster than race leader Clark Janekin, the number 81 machine. Janekin put down a 33.7, Sykes a 33.63. Now Sykes does have that rabbit in front of him, making it a little bit easier to catch up. Man, how many saves have we had from all of our competitors today? We've seen a lot of great side-by-side racing, 2, 3, 4 wide at points, but the amount of saves we've seen all night were spectacular. So let's talk about hard chargers in the top 5 right now. You got Spencer Chisnall, number 24. He's in the top 5. He started off 15th tonight, able to make his way up towards the pack. He's trying to chase Marshall Newton and the number 76. Newton is in 4th. As Chisnall just out there clicking off laps. We talked to Chisnall yesterday while he was practicing. Was just not really coming to grips with the track as quickly as he wanted. He's listening to his crew chief, his driving coach, just trying to work on his lines a little bit. He seems like he's getting a little bit more dialed in as our top 3 have initiated a pit cycle. Marshall Newton will be the lone driver staying out. As Clarkson and Jeffrey Sykes, Corey Melton, Spencer Chisnall, Jared Ziegler, Cody Schultz all bringing into pit lane. Chris Morrow is going to be one of the fastest drivers out, I believe. All right, now Smorrell has not left the pit lane, so it's Janekin, Sykes, Dart, all those guys came around that lap 85 mark. For our first green flag cycle of the night, we've seen a couple cautions where drivers were able to get a little bit of, I guess a mental break is the best way to call it. And Jeffrey Sykes, he just boxed on lap 85. He took 4 fresh tires and a tank of gas. Less than 50 laps left in the Camping Universal Atlanta 200. Now, some of these competitors have to be very, very mindful of. They get so used to driving a tight truck that does not want to turn and push up the racetrack. You can come out with some fresh tires and suddenly find yourself with a much harder truck to hold on to. It takes about 2 laps for these tires to really come in. They'll be a little bit loose until they're good and warmed up. Right now I've got Marshall Newton out front, Clarkson in second, Brian Ziegler, he's up 13 spots to third place. Jeffrey Sykes fourth, John Dart fifth, a whole lot of talented drivers still out there. Joins in the booth, we've got Craig Lowen, who appears to be having quite the rough night. Craig, what happened out there?
Yeah, look, no, everything seemed to be going real well. We were just taking it easy in the start, but yeah, come, what, lap 71 or something, so a little ways back, it just kind of got loose through 1 and 2, and then, yeah, just snapped, hit a wall and on the outside before coming back down to the inside. Thankfully, I didn't take anyone else out, but yeah, it's just been a long wait for me here in the pits as we wait for these optionals to count down.
Now, Craig, are you going to try and get back out there? And if so, how long is it going to take for you to get back out there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Get back out there, get the team some points, hopefully. It's kind of sad and lonely back here in 22nd, but yeah, we're getting about another minute and a half before we can look to get back out there, and we'll see how it is before we make any long calls on if we'll be able to finish the race or not.
All right, Craig, we're rooting for you as always. Hope to see you get back out there, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was Craig Lowen, our favorite Australian. I believe our only Australian on track in the number 12 Ford F-150. Currently 22nd place, stuck in pit lane. He's been in that box for 11 minutes so far, trying to get some repairs done on that race machine. And just not having the night that he really wanted out here for his season debut in the Camping Universe. Not a whole lot has changed out front. Clarkson, he's out front in the lead. Jeffrey Sykes in second. Finds himself at about 3.6 second disadvantage to race leader Janekin. Then you have to go all the way back 13 seconds to Kevin Nelson in the 09 machine. Doing his best. Now Nelson, he is up 23 spots so far tonight. So Nelson in the Chevrolet doing a great job, just doing his best to get back up there. And that is the name of the game here at the Camping Universe Truck Series. You can have good luck, you can have bad luck, and anything can happen. As now we see Corey Melton take over that third place spot in his number 48 Chevrolet. There's a sea of Chevys in the top 7. but it is led by Clark Janek and the Lonely Toyota up there up front. Right now, it's only 2 Toyotas and a whole lot of Chevys in the top 10. But you've got Ford running 11th and 12th with Chris Morrow and Cody Schultz. They're both running 11 and 12. Mark Morissette, our current fast Canadian, number 96 machine. He's going to bring it into pit lane for some repairs. And just like that, we got reports Craig Lowen, the favorite Aussie, has returned to the racetrack. Let's see what type of pace he will be able to carry, see if he can get back out there and try and click off some laps, salvage some points, as he said in his quick in-car interview. Clark Janek in the number 81. He's got lap traffic ahead of him. This is where you have to be very, very, very careful as a leader not to make any mistakes and put yourself in too dangerous of a situation. He's got less than 40 laps remaining here, and now he's got Jesse Rathbun, Jared Ziegler, just a whole lot of fast guys in front of him. That's the number 97, Jesse Rathbun. He's getting out of the way of your race leader, the number 81, Clark Janek. Looks like pretty much everybody trying to give Clark as much room as they can while still holding race pace. And he is going to scalpel through the pack here, glued to that inside line. He's going to make quick work of lap traffic. Now we are down to 7 drivers on the lead lap. A lot of heartbreak here in Atlanta. Such a tough track to keep the tires underneath you. But Janek and number 81 in the Toyota doing a fantastic job of it, running that Hardwick trademarked line, that bottom groove, keeping as low as he possibly can. And now he's going to try and get around Jared Ziegler, the number 8 machine, and put him a lap down. Everybody except for Kevin Nelson in your top 5 boxed on lap 85. Nelson came in on lap 77. Nelson's currently 4th on track. Now let's see, is Clark and the number 81 machine going to be able to stretch it all the way out on fuel, or are we going to see him pit once more under green flag conditions? I think he may be able to stretch it out at the end. He does have a 3.3 second gap over second place Jeffrey Sykes. Clark, another one of those drivers that had a lot of bad luck at Daytona. He finished his night a few laps early. He started 5th, and after several big incidents, found himself finishing 14th for the season opener. But, I mean, that's kind of the story of the night. A lot of great drivers getting collected and unable to make it all the way to the end, sometimes due to no faults of their own. But now Jack, and he's out front and running strong, getting a whole lot of laps led here in Atlanta. And he's only got 34 laps left to make it happen and stretch down to the end. But we've seen it time and time and again. Anything can happen. As he's trying to get around Jared Ziegler on the number 8 machine. Ziegler's going to try and hold that middle line, maybe allow Janek to run that inside line. The thing is, at this track, these trucks want to drift out, coming on the back stretch. You got to be very mindful that there is no trucks in the way when you try and make that move happen. As here comes Janek on the inside line, trying to get around Jared Ziegler, who will go a lap down here as soon as the 81 makes his way by. But that's still not the end of the world for Ziegler on the number 8 machine, Jared Ziegler. We got to be mindful there's multiple Zieglers out on track tonight. It's a family event here at the Camping Universe Series. So just because he's going a lap down here, not the end of the world for number 8, as he knows if there is another caution, and we've seen a few of them here tonight, that'll put him in lucky dog contention to get back on the lead lap with a fresh set of tires. Here's your battle for 4th place, and oh, what a battle it is. You've got Kevin Nelson, Spencer Chisnall. They're going to go side by side. Chisnall has the inside line, number 24, trying to work his way back up to podium contention. This is Chisnall's first race here at the Camping Universe. As Kevin Nelson, he has lap traffic to contend with. That is the 404 and the 66 machines. That is Dave Gage and John Dart getting back around. They're on slightly pressured tires, able to come out and maybe hammer down a little bit. Spencer Chisnall has worked his way up to 4th place, up 11 spots. Kevin Nelson, he's up 21 spots from where he originally started, but it looks like he's rapidly falling off the pace here as he does a 34.47 his last time by, compared to 4th place Spencer Chisnall with a 33.64. Chisnall finds himself about 8 seconds back from 3rd place Corey Melton. And unfortunately for Chisnall, Melton and both Chisnall running 3rd and 4th have put down almost identical lap times their last time by. I'm not sure if we're going to see Chisnall use that lap traffic to his advantage, maybe use that draft to try and catch up. He's got about 29 laps left to make it happen. Not sure if we're going to see another green flag stop here tonight. Chisnall, he's tucking in behind lap cars, doing his best. And man, what a lot of battle-worn trucks we're seeing out here at Atlanta. Not a lot of people are going to come through this one unscathed. Chisnall, his last time by a 33.18, 3/10 faster a lap than Corey Melton, number 48. At that pace, there will not be enough time, I don't believe, to make something happen. We're doing a little bit of math here in the broadcast booth. At this current pace, he may be able to make it happen. Oh, there's some trucks in the wall. And they're going to scatter once more down the backstretch. But the story of the night, everybody able to hold on to it quite well. Chisnall using the draft of his teammate Kai Demarest just for a little while. Demarest yields the high side line to trucks that are laps ahead of him. Now at our current pace, Chisnall should have enough time to catch up to Corey Melton's number 48. But now he doesn't have the trucks in front of him to get a little bit faster as well. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out for the number 24 with the season debut. Jeffrey Sykes still in 2nd place. He's 3.45 seconds back from race leader Clark Janekin. Janekin, his last time by, a 33.33. Sykes with a 33.47. And lap traffic all over the raceway here tonight. Everyone has their own race going on, trying to make something happen. Sykes gets around everybody relatively smooth, no problem. But can Sykes work away at that 3.5 second gap that race leader Clark Janekin has right now? Or is he going to be happy to sit here, keep those tires underneath him, and bring home his first podium so far this season? Sykes at Daytona started 7th, finished 13th with 14 incident points. So not having the season debut that he wanted, but he's got to be ecstatic to be running out here, running in 2nd among so many talented drivers. We are very late into the run here. They've got 25 laps to go. Everybody in the top 5 to top 10 pitted between the lap 77 and the lap 90 mark. So are we going to see these guys hanging out on fuel? Can they make it all the way to the end? Or we may see something else exciting. A caution may come out. We've seen several spectacular saves so far tonight. As Kevin Nelson in the number 09 machine, he's going to come into pit lane for his final pit stop. Jeffrey Sykes, he's going to get around Jared. He's going to get around Jared Ziegler, the number 8 machine. They're going to go side by side ever so slightly, but Ziegler will yield the position to Jeffrey Sykes in the 04. Sykes has a 16-second advantage over Corey Melton, currently 3rd on track, and a 3.4-second disadvantage to Clark Janekin. As a large couple more guys bringing into pit lane. Kevin Nelson leaves his pit stall. He's going to go back out. And we're going to take you on board with Jeffrey Sykes for a lap here at Atlanta. Listen to that race truck sing, and listen to how much they're going to have to lift going into the corner. So we'll switch that angle once he crosses the start and finish line, and let you listen to Jeffrey Sykes for a lap. That was a lap with second place Jeffrey Sykes. You can hear how much he has to baby that throttle going into the corners before he can get the truck I should say, back on the gas and rotating through the corners. As these guys are a full second and a half off their best lap times. It's tire wear, tire wear, tire wear. Always the name of the game here at Atlanta. Clark Janekin, he's not having a whole lot of problems. Still has a 3.5 second gap over second place Jeffrey Sykes. With 20 laps left to go at Atlanta, the number 81 machine absolutely cruising out there. Still clicking off mid 33-second lap times. We are down to 5 drivers on the lead lap here at Atlanta. It's Clark Janekin, Jeffrey Sykes, Corey Melton, Spencer Chisnall, and Marshall Newton. Out of our top 5, the Hard Charger Award goes to Spencer Chisnall. He's up 11 spots in his number 24 machine. Let's see, 19 laps to go. Are we going to see any final pit stops? Or all these competitors in the top 5 going to be able to stretch it out to the end? Everyone in the top 5 came in on lap 85 except for Marshall Newton, who came in on lap 90 a little bit later than everybody else. But all 5 competitors came in for 4 fresh tires, a tank of gas. And it may be a game of fuel saving as Clark has slowed down a little bit with that 33.62 his last time by, but still able to hold on to that 3.4 second advantage. That could very well be because of lap traffic, trying to play it safe, not put himself in any risky positions here as he's getting around the number 7, Brian Ziegler. We'll take a look at the live timing tower, and it shows you just how the night is going for several people. You've got a large majority of the field at least 1 lap down. You've got guys that were involved in big crashes early on. And some of the drivers such as Craig Lowen, the world famous Aussie, getting back out there just to score some points, trying to make something happen. If I'm looking at this correctly, Craig may be able to get all the way back up to at least 21st place, salvage some points, as he's got Travis Butte in front of him, who is also parked for the night. Spencer Chisnall currently in 4th place. He's got a 6-second disadvantage to Corey Melton, who's in 3rd. Looks like the number 24 machine relatively unscathed despite some of the carnage we've seen here tonight. Chisnall's last time by a 33.69 compared to Corey Melton in 3rd place, a 33.88. But with 15 to go, I just don't know if we're going to see time for the rookie to get up there and try and battle for that podium contention. Corey Melton, that Cobalt sponsor, that Lowe's sponsor, number 48, doing a great job out there tonight, just clicking off laps. He does a 33.99 his last time by. Starting to feel the effect of tire wear here at Atlanta. Now he still has a 5.3 second gap to 4th place Spencer Chisnall, so he's not having to worry too much too late. just trying to keep those tires underneath him on this long run in Atlanta. It really wears out those tires. The trucks get so unbearably tight towards the end of the run. As Melton back on the throttle a little bit with a 33.69 his last time by, so getting back on the pace. And now he's got lap traffic ahead of him. He can use that draft to his advantage to try and pull up just a little bit, suck out of those bumpers, allow those guys to punch through the air on his behalf. Still got racing on track though. Guys are still out there pushing hard. You've got Chris Morrill. He is in 7th place, up 17 spots so far here tonight. He's got about a 2.3 second advantage over 8th place Cody Schultz. Schultz running the number 30 Ford F-150. Clark Janakin still running strong out front in 1st place, number 81 Toyota. Jeffrey Sykes 2nd place is about 4 seconds back in the 04 machine. But 11 laps to go. Are we going to see anything shake up here at the end, or is this where things are going to settle as drivers are really slowing down from their best so far of the race? As tire wear really a factor. Jeffrey Sykes feeling it the most his last time by with a 34.37 compared to Clark Janekin's 33.69. But always a great time seeing some good green flag runs. It allows these drivers to showcase their talent on and off the track. So a lot of these drivers fantastic at going around and putting down blistering fast lap times. But when you have green flag runs, you get to see the strategy and the genius of these drivers really show as it becomes a game of keeping tires underneath you, trying to keep that lowest overall lap time throughout a run. As ahead of Janekin, you saw lap traffic going 3 wide. That's got to make the number 81, your race leader, just a little bit nervous. Because if a caution comes out with 9 laps to go, it can really shake things up. It's going to be a game of who still has tires on pit road. Now we're talking about 3 wide battles. This is it right now. You've got David Gage. He's battling with number 66, John Dart. It's the battle for 10th on screen. So all these guys still trying to get that top 10 position if they can make it happen. It's all about points and consistency here at the championship run. Now the 76 in front of them is lap traffic, or at least not on the same track. That's Marshall Newton currently in 5th place. So all these guys doing their best to put on show, salvage the points. 7 laps remaining in tonight's event. And all the way down to the wire, you can see guys pushing as hard as they can, trying to make something happen. Both Gage and Dart have really worn out their tires. They're doing low 34-second lap times. As Dart looks like he's going to back off there for just a second, allow Gage that inside line. But let's see, do you see John Dart? He's in the red and white number 66 machine. On the right side of your screen, he's trying to use the draft of Marshall Newton to get back up there and around Dave Gage in the 404. still drivers this late in the run having a little bit of a hard time holding on to the rear ends as guys still stepping it out. It is 5 laps to go. Clark Janekin out front, number 81 Machines, watching this three-way battle in front of him, saying, you know what? I'd rather back off the gas just a little bit. Now it's a 4-car battle. I'd rather back off the gas just a little bit rather than risk my race and let it be all for naught. As he is lapped all the way almost up to 4th place. He's got Marshall to number 76. Oh, that is a whole lot of cars. That cannot bode well for Clark Janekin here. He's got to be very, very careful getting through all this traffic clean. It'll be 3 laps to go at the line. Needs to be very, very careful because it's one thing if you make a mistake and end your own night, but out here with all this traffic, you've got to be mindful of somebody else's mistake that just like that can immediately take you out of the race. So he's going to try and dive to the inside line, see if he can keep it glued to the apron to try and cut through traffic. That's probably the safest place you can be right now. Generally, if you crash at one of these speedways, the trucks want to drift up into the outside wall to a point before going back down, just the way good old-fashioned gravity works. So now Janekin's going to try and get around the number 66, John Dart, as they cross the line. It is 2 laps to go here at Atlanta. And these guys have put on one spectacular performance, a very long green flag run. And it looks like Clark is going to be able to bring it to the end on this tank of gas, not having to come in. 5 drivers still on the lead lap. The white flag will fly at Atlanta as Clark comes out of turn 4, but he still has to be careful. There's Barney, our flagman, putting in the work. White flag is out. Clark trying to expertly navigate through traffic, still being very, very careful. Not wanting to risk anything at this point in the race. He's made his way around number 66, John Dart, in his Toyota. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Clark Janekin's going to win round 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. After a flawless run all night long, well done to Clark, a spectacular job. You got Jeffrey Sykes going to bring it home in 2nd. And then Corey Melton, number 48, should be able to bring it home in 3rd place here tonight. So well done to all of our drivers. As Clark Janekin gonna burn it down into the number 81 Toyota. After a spectacular run here tonight, doing a fantastic job. Kept it clean all race. We got Norman King losing his mind for Jeff, bringing it home on the podium here tonight. A lot of first-time podium finishers. A new race leader, and it's going to be a spectacular shake-up in the points after night. Well done to the number 81, Clark Janekin. Really burning it down here tonight. Jeffrey Sykes does a fantastic job. Really everyone did out there tonight. That was a great run. We're going to try and get our drivers up here to the waiting room for their post-race interviews. That's Corey Melton, number 48, our 3rd place finisher. He's going to join the fray as well. Apparently everyone's going to join the fray here on Victory Lane. Clark Janekin going to use every ounce of fuel that he has in that race machine. And a well-done performance from all of our drivers. We're going to get these podium interviews started here tonight. As we've got Corey Melton put it on the box to the 3rd place spot here tonight in the 48. Corey, how does it feel to be up here in Victory Lane here tonight?
Feels good, man, especially with that one caution we had on the restart, man. I got that pile up. I got damaged, so to be able to stay in third, I definitely wish I wouldn't have had the damage. I would have had something to give Clark a run for his money, but glad a teammate won.
You guys did absolutely great tonight. We saw it punctuated by cautions. How is the truck feeling at the end of that green flag run? We know Atlanta is a tire killer, but how did it fare for you?
Well, with the right front damage, I had a lot of aero push coming out of the turn, so I was actually tight on exit until with like 10 to go, it kind of freed up a little bit. So it was pretty easy to drive. I wish it wouldn't have been because I would have been able to challenge those top two guys.
Well, great job out there tonight, my friend. We know that was a little bit different show than we had at Daytona last week, but before we let you sign off and go celebrate with your teammates, who would you like to give a shout out to tonight that may be listening along at home?
I'll give a shout out to my teammates first of all. Everybody at AAM, man. We kick butt, man. It's great to get a teammate win, and that's it, really, buddy.
Well,
and thank you. Thanks for putting on the broadcast.
Well, Corey, always a pleasure, my friend. Hope to see you up on the podium more often this season, and we hope you enjoy your night. Great job out there tonight, man.
Thanks, buddy. You guys have a good night.
That was Corey Melton bringing it home in third place. Now we've got Jeffrey Sykes. Jeffrey getting the second place spot in the 04 Chevrolet. How did it feel towards the end of that run? Were you nervous at all or just hoping for a little bit longer run to try and make something happen?
Actually, it was where else my tires was. I was waiting for it to end. I made a run there and then got held up behind the lap truck. It wasn't nobody's fault, just a racing deal. And after that, I was just bring it home.
We did a great job. We asked everybody in Atlanta before we get them to repave, and we know it's a tire killer. How did it feel tonight? How long in the run before you were thinking, oh, man, this thing is tight?
Actually, mine was really loose. I was pretty good on entry, but man, you really had to drive a thing with the throttle coming out of the turn. I was just really, really loose. And I guess there at the end, it finally tightened up and wasn't too bad. But new tires, semi-old tires, just had to drive it with the throttle mostly.
Well, good job out there tonight, using a little bit of dirt track experience to your advantage. Jeffrey, before we let you sign off and go pop that virtual champagne with all of your friends, who would you like to give a shout-out to that may be supporting you from all around the world?
I'd just like to give a shout-out to my family for allowing me to do this, and Big Ice Fans. It's kind of a local company that I just picked up and run them as a sponsor because they're a local company, and they make big old huge ceiling fans and all kinds of different fans. They're just huge.
Well, I guess you could say they're some of your biggest fans supporting you at home. And Jeff, well done tonight, my friend. Hope to see you up here more often.
Yeah, thanks, James.
All right, now we've got the man of the hour, Clark. Is it Janekin? Is that how I say that properly?
It's Jenikin, but everybody butchers it, so don't worry about it.
Jenikin. Well, there goes 2 hours of saying your name wrong as you're up front. But Jenikin, you did a great job out there, man. It looked like you had the dominant truck in the number 81 Toyota, the lone Toyota in the top 5. What was your strategy going in tonight to try and bring home that victory?
Man, it was all about saving tires. This track eats them up, and you fall off quickly. So I really just tried to save my stuff, and I think I learned a little bit each run. I got to say, this is the best track in iRacing. I love being able to move around and find different grooves. I was at the bottom, the wall, and then finally settled in the middle there that last run. I felt like I had the perfect balance, not beating up the right front and not overheating the right rear with drive off. So I think it was just taking care of my stuff and knowing when to push and knowing when to lay back and take care of the car.
Now, we talk about this being one of the favorite tracks for the drivers. Are you at all worried with this repave, what we're going to see out of the race in Atlanta? Apparently, the rumor is it's going to drive very similar to Charlotte, but what are your thoughts with the new repave coming?
I hate it. I love the way Atlanta is now. I love the worn tires. I love the different grooves. It gives you that old school feel. And Charlotte, I suck at Charlotte. I don't want more Charlottes. So
Well,
I wish they wouldn't change it.
Well, I guess the good news here with our online sim racing is that it will always be preserved in history, and maybe we'll be running more often even after the repave. Now, how are you feeling going into next week? Are you feeling pretty good now that we're going to mile and a halfers? Or are you just happy we're not at a super speedway again?
Oh wow, yeah, super speedway was bad, man. I got caught up in 4 accidents. I didn't cause none of them. I think it'll be fun. I'll probably struggle. I haven't turned many laps there. But each track is different for me. I don't have a certain type of track like a mile and a half or a plate track that I'm necessarily good at. I just need the tires to wear, the back ends to slide, and put it in the driver's hands.
Well, great job as always, Clark. A pleasure having you up on the podium after really everyone had a rough week at Daytona, but some of the fast guys especially not able to make it there at the end. Clark, before we let you sign off and celebrate, if there's any friends, families, sponsors, anybody really you want to give a shout out to, the floor is yours, my friend.
Absolutely, man. First, I want to thank you for broadcasting. I'm excited to go back and watch this thing, whether it be tonight or tomorrow. I want to thank all the admins. Only my second race with this league, but it's a blast, man. This is a good group of drivers. One caution, that's impressive. I want to thank my teammates at All American Motorsports, Jesse, Corey, Dave. Brighton couldn't race tonight, but he was in there helping crew chiefing. I want to thank Peak Performance Motorsports, Surfshark, Glitch Energy, Precision Race Setups, ECM, and Burnt Rubber Media.
Well done out there, Clark. I hope to see you doing well at Nashville as well. I know that short track is going to be very, very exciting, but as always, a pleasure having you up here, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for the Camping Universe Atlanta 200. Only our second race covering this season, but all of the drivers putting on a spectacular show. The points chase just keeps getting wilder and wilder here for this truck series. As always, on behalf of Camping Universe, Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, I'm James East, wishing you a happy and safe night, and we'll see you same time, same place next week in Nashville, as all of our competitors go to a short track where it is guaranteed to be quite a show. Have a great night, everyone.